What is going on, people? We're back with the blue truck. Been a long time since we've had a video on this thing, just because it's been such a reliable piece of equipment. Actually, it hasn't. The last thing we had to do was rip the engine out of this thing and redo the head gaskets and put head studs in it. That wasn't filmed because it was a big job. Didn't have time to film it, and we're probably not qualified to be showing how to do that. So, anyway, we have to replace the turbo today because the variable vanes are, I guess they're getting stuck because the turbo's not working right. I can drive it fine without a load as soon as I hook the trailer to it, and I actually need some power out of the truck. The vanes just close and I have no boost and it sucks. So we're gonna fix that problem with something special that I bought. I'm gonna show you what that is. We got the Smeding diesel drop-in non-VGT turbo.
And we have not opened this. A new sticker! Put it on the wall.
I'm gonna put it close since we're running out of room.
Not transfer tape.
Nope, dropping stuff.
What do we have here?
That is for the oil drain, and that's for the oil feed.
What is it, like an extender?
Well, this replaces the original oil feed line.
Ah. Cool.
But it uses the original drain.
So this is a drop-in.
Drop-in turbo. How in the world do they package this?
You have to cut this. It's sandwiched. Just pop it off.
Ah.
My goodness.
Don't have to worry about that getting damaged. That's a big compressor housing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that thing's pretty, son.
Whoa.
I was just gonna get the cast 62 millimeter, but I called the fellas where I ordered this thing from, and he said he highly recommended getting the 63 billet wheel. So that's what I went with, is a 63 millimeter billet wheel, and optioned it out with the 360 degree thrust bearings. So this puppy should last.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And it should be much easier to fit in the truck because...
Wait, so it's non-wastegated turbo.
Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Mm-hmm. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and rip the old one out and make room for this new one to go in there. Alright folks, as you can see, the turbo is gone. It wasn't a big deal. We've done it about 100 times, so it does not take long to get the turbo out.
And we completely removed the feed, the oil feed, because that is being replaced, correct?
Correct.
So here's the old Garrett VGT turbo, completely stock turbo. This is the new Smeding drop-in non-VGT replacement. And this is a 63 millimeter. He's about to measure the original one and see what size it is. But like just looking at it, you can tell it's a decent amount bigger.
Alright, I want to measure the original, because no one could give me an exact number of what size the original turbos are.
Will this not reach?
No, there's no way it will reach way down in there.
Yeah, it won't.
Millimeters. 60 millimeter.
So it's a 60 millimeter turbo is what the stock ones are. A stocky is a 60 millimeter.
And this turbo is not that old.
No, this one has like maybe 25,000 miles
Just set it on the lathe. Or
and it already doesn't work properly. It still spins fine.
Yeah.
Like the turbo itself is fine. It's just the variable geometry part of it is goofed.
Yep. So, first thing we do to this new turbo, other side,
Is install that
we
adapter.
install this adapter. This takes a 6mm
I'm gonna try and hold it centered.
down, and the bolt heads don't fit tight inside this machining, so hold it centered with your eyeballs and just get these snug. Don't try and strip out your threads or nothing, just get it nice and snug.
I missed that video. Oh well. He
I
screwed
got that
in.
snug. Now there's this piece that goes into the top of the engine where the old oil feed line hooks
Yeah,
up.
that's the original one.
And anyway, got to take the O-ring off of the original and put on here because it doesn't come with one. Next thing that's going to happen is we're going to go back in the truck with it. We'll get this bolted down where the
After
old
the
feed
turbo's
line.
in there,
After
and then
no,
here's-
before.
Ah.
We're going to go ahead and get this in there. Then this will hook to that down in the truck, and then this will come up and hook right there. So there we go. Let's go put this thing under the hood. This new aluminum piece and stick it down right here.
He's got the O-ring from the old one on it, by the way.
And I've got it oiled as well. That way it'll push down in there.
Maybe.
It's down. I got it.
Okay.
Now put the old bolt back in.
Just get it nice and snug, because it's threaded
It's
into
O-ring.
aluminum,
Yep.
so you could easily strip that out.
Yep. All right, turbo time. See if it'll fit. It's gonna fit a lot better than the old one did. Here, Lane, if you can just kind of drop it in there close.
Okay.
I'll grab it from there. All right, we got the turbo mounted. We got the exhaust clamped back. The oil drain tube is in place and sealed off. Now we're going to run the oil
First, let's
feed
go ahead
line.
and tighten up the bolts we loosened.
Oh
We're gonna
yeah,
loosen up these bolts because we had to loosen those to be able to clock the cartridge
just a little
just
bit.
a little bit for the drain tube to line up.
All right, I don't know what size that is.
All right, we'll just snug these up, snug that one up, snug that one up. You don't have to get them stupid tight, just get them nice and snug. And that's your feed tube. So we're gonna set up a time lapse and get everything else hooked back up, and then we'll crank it up and see what happens.
All right, people, I gotta explain something. They say you have to have tuning when you put a non-VGT turbo. You have to have tuning when you put a non-VGT turbo in these trucks. The place I ordered the turbo, Blessed Performance, when you buy the turbo, they'll give you free tuning, but it's for an SCT tuner. And if you've seen our tow rig video, I don't have an SCT tuner. I use the Edge Juice with Attitude, which is a power module. Somehow it adds power without reprogramming the computer. So a trick that I've seen to keep the engine light from coming on is taking the solenoid out of the old turbo, plugging it up, and just zip tying it somewhere out of the way under the hood. So that's what we're going to do here.
What are you,
And if this doesn't work and I have truck problems, I don't know about this.
Are you regretting your decision?
Kind of.
Actually?
Yeah. It doesn't have any low end boost. Like cruising down the highway, I'm not even going to be able to keep my speed up a hill.
Seriously?
Seriously. There's nothing there.
I wonder if that's what tuning's for.
I don't know, probably.
Do you have your low boost fueling turned all the way up?
Yeah. Which may be a bad thing.
Setting for anything in the juice bag to keep your tree?
It pulls harder up top for sure. It feels like it anyways.
It doesn't have anything down low. Alright folks, so the last thing you saw was us test driving this truck after we put the non-VGT turbo in it. And as you probably saw on the video, it was pretty disappointing. So right now, this is about 2 weeks later, I think. So, it was a Friday when we put the turbo on. It was disappointing. Very disappointing, actually. Then that following Monday, I called the place that I bought the turbo from. Not to complain, because I talked to them before and they told me they didn't know if it would work without custom tuning or not. They didn't know for sure. They couldn't guarantee anything. So, I tried it without custom tuning. It did not work. So I called the company, which is Blessed Performance. That's where I bought the turbo from. So I called them, talked to them about it, told them the truck was pitiful. It had no low end power, almost to where it's undrivable. And he's like, yep, that's because you don't have custom tuning. So anyway, I bought custom tuning through Blessed Performance and put it on the truck. Let me show you. They had two tuner options. I bought the cheaper one because I don't have that much money. So I bought the cheaper SET tuner with 3 custom tunes from Blessed Performance. They give me a tow tune, an economy tune, and a performance tune. The tow tune is supposed to add like 40 to 50 horsepower. That way you don't blow up your engine while you're trying to pull. The eco tune is supposed to add like 130 or 140 horsepower. And the performance tune can add up to 190 horsepower. The only tune I put it in so far is eco, the eco tune. So let's get in the truck. All right, so with the new tuning, the truck still doesn't have as much low end power as it does with the VGT turbo because it can't spool as quick because it's the non-VGT turbo. Anyway, the thing drives good. You may have to downshift up some hills to make it up. You just don't have as much low end boost as I used to. But so far, I'm pleased with it. I haven't towed with it yet. The only issue with towing is I hope I can take off from a dead stop with a heavy trailer behind me. If I can do that, no problem, then I'm going to be 100% satisfied with it. But something else. I have an edge juice with attitude on this truck. It's what I had on it before. And when I turned it all the way up to level 5, the transmission acted up. It didn't want to shift right. So I've been thinking for a couple years now that I'm probably going to need a new transmission if I want to be able to capitalize on all the power that I was making. Turns out with the transmission tuning that Blessed Performance give me, this transmission works beautifully. It doesn't have any shift flare. it just shifts and goes. So I guess all I have left to show you in this video is I'll just do a pull, do a four-wheel drive pull in the hayfield because I don't feel like getting out on the road this evening. And then the next video, we'll do a video on towing to see if towing is, see if you can tow with a 9 VGT setup on your 6.0. That'll be the next video. So we'll go ahead and do us a four-wheel drive pull after I get this thing in four-wheel drive. I think the hubs won't lock unless you're moving, so I'm gonna move and hopefully the hubs will lock. Oh, one of the disappointing factors of a non-VGT is no whistle, no 6.0 whistle, which is okay. I knew that was gonna happen. But it whistles more in the high end than it used to, because this turbo doesn't, you can't hear it until you get into the high RPMs. So we'll just do a pull to see how she does. I may even hook up the old edge and do a 0 to 60. Alright, I got my 0 to 60 set up on my edge. And I guess we're gonna see if we can hit 60 miles an hour back here in the hayfield. This might be a really bad idea. I'm not gonna brake torque it. I'm just gonna go from nothing, and I'm just gonna step on the throttle and we're gonna go. Didn't quite get up to 60 miles an hour. I had to let out of it. So we don't have near the takeoff that we had before. There's a lot of lag from idle because it's a non-VGT turbo. But as long as I can take off without any issues with a heavy trailer, like I said, I'll be happy. So the next video is going to be a towing test with this truck and see if I can still pull. But the transmission works good now. That's a plus. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Got any questions, leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. And we'll see y'all on the next video.